Hello? Can you hear me? I am searching, whether it's the cities, the quiet suburbs, or in the beauty of nature. I will find it. In the crevices. In the darkness. Welcome to Lost or Found.
Can you tell me what's your name?
My name is JR. I'm a host for Lost or Found on horrorfiendtv.
What were you doing in a hotel?
I went to the hotel after watching the first one and then watching the second one. I decided I want to see it for myself. And we went to the hotel.
That's crazy, man. Did you find what you were looking for?
I mean, after watching the first one, I thought we would find what we were looking for when we watched the second one. Did we find what we're looking for? I guess you're just gonna have to watch and see exactly what I was hoping to find.
This hotel has a long history of unexplained events being caught on camera.
Why do they guard it so much if they're saying there's nothing wrong with it?
Yes, welcome back to another episode of Lost or Found, as Papa wanted us to do this one, Hell House LLC 2, the Abaddon Hotel. So what is the synopsis of this sequel? Well, this takes place 8 years after the occurrences of what happened that night in the Abaddon Hotel. Now, we have a reporter who decides she's going to investigate not only what happened that night, but the disappearances that have been occurring ever since, and as the town keeps quiet of what is really happening and the history of the Abaddon Hotel. So let's dive right into this film. Now, the investigation in this film takes place by Susie McCombs, who hosts a morning show called Morning Mysteries. Now, she is looking for answers whether or not this event was real or it was fake, a hoax, as you are led to believe by one of the townfolk, who is a mysterious fellow, as he's talking to one person who apparently survived the first one and is looking for answers. And then you have the psychic, who, as we know, has his own agenda of entering the Abaddon Hotel. Now, Susie McCombs is not the only one looking to investigate what happened at Abaddon Hotel. Jessica Fox, played by Jillian Gertz, leads the investigation to go inside the hotel. Now, what separates this one from the original? Well, this one tends to build a body count of the missing, as we are looking to investigate the number of people who have been tied to the hotel. Now, one of the similarities it does have with the original is, where the original you had this back and forth between a documentary investigation and the actual characters who are building this haunt inside the Abaddon Hotel. This one, however, goes from the morning mysteries to Jessica Fox's investigation and the fact that we really don't know what's going on still in the Abaddon Hotel. Now, as the movie continues, we get to hear a familiar name that was slightly dropped in the original, Andrew Tully. Who is Andrew Tully? Well, he was the person who actually owned the Abaddon, and in this film, it dives deeper into exactly what he was doing and what is going on still, as others tend to show up in this film who are stuck, possibly, inside the Abaddon. Also, the premise of this film is to investigate one crucial area in this hotel. The disappointing scene from the original becomes the main scene in this one, as the basement is the crucial point into the investigation led by Jessica. So, after giving you basically the crux of what the film is about, what exactly were my thoughts on this film? Well, I kind of did like the fact that we got a body count of people who were curious to see what happened inside the Abaddon, yet I wasn't a big fan of the news talk show. I mean, it was a cool twist to it, but it didn't look original and it looked very, I don't know, bland. As far as the scares in this, well, I'll mention that in my closing thoughts, but there was a lot of potential in this film. Did it build on the original? Well, I guess you'll find out in 1 second, but I do like the environment of the Abaddon. It is a very cool looking hotel, and the fact that there's a history behind the hotel. But do we really need the history of everything in this film? I mean, did you enjoy the original without knowing everything about the history of this house? So now you're wondering, what exactly do I think of this film? Well, like I mentioned before, this film had a lot of potential. However, I felt like some of the scares fell flat. You had almost a repetitive motion where you see a entity and it comes walking slowly towards you. That happened in 2 occasions, close to 3 occasions in this film, which kind of felt a little flat. However, the makeup was cool on the characters. I did not like, spoiler, the Tully character in this film. There's a lot of, I say, plot holes in this film, and one of them is if something is trapped in a house, how is it able to exit the house and go miles and miles away? That kind of takes the whole point of something who actually said in a sequence in this film, we're stuck here. It kind of leaves you wondering, all right, so are you exactly stuck here, or can you actually leave? Now, as far as the cast themselves, I thought the cast did a fine job for the role they were given. I do think the clown, once again, when he appears, there were pretty cool scenes. Not as scary as the first one, but his presence was still felt. So that being said, once again, second movie, disappointment, basement scene. This is why for me, this film should remain lost. It should remain stuck in that basement, never to be seen again, never to be visited again, because once again, the basement is the premise of the film, and you are left mostly disappointed. There was a good attempt in this film. However, for me, stays lost. This film, some might enjoy it, some might not. But if you're me, who likes the build-up, this build-up was more like a letdown. And unfortunately, as much as I like the Abaddon Hotel, you might as well just tear it down, because this sequel did not help the original. Like I said, potential, but this is a film that should remain lost. So this is JR for Lost or Found. I think Papo seen somebody he's gonna go take a look at, but join us next week as we will do another sequel, Grave Encounters 2. Does that one live up to the hype of the original? It's currently streaming on Tubi, which is not everybody's favorite, but definitely check out for for the next episode of Lost or Found Grave Encounters 2. This is JR. I'll let Papa do what he has to do because I don't like this hotel at all. So I am out. Peace.